The #1 challenge faced by any of the shooting sports is how to add or attract new shooters. Understanding the rules and the required equipment can add to that challenge, and it can multiply if your new shooter is a lady. But the IDPA is looking to change that, and they're starting at the club level. It's Thursday night at Royal Range outside Nashville. The guys from the local IDPA club are holding a match, as they do twice a month. Nothing about that is unusual for a range with the amenities that Royal Range offers. Dedicating 2 of their 3 shooting bays to tonight's match scenarios.
First and third Thursday of each month, IDPA meets here. And we've been doing that since early 2016. It's been a really great thing for us to become familiar with the competitive side of our community, have a venue for them that they can shoot no matter how hot, how cold, wet, snow, whatever's outside.
Royal has the facilities, and the emphasis here is on tactics and competition for self-defense.
This is 6,000 square feet. We're not a hunting store, we're a traditional type of self-defense, recreation, and competition store.
Royal Range encourages IDPA competition as good training for concealed carry. Joyce Wilson is the executive director of the IDPA.
IDPA is a sport based around concealed carry. Our mission is to help people become more comfortable with their concealed carry weapons in a competitive environment.
But it's typically all guys competing in IDPA. But she's flown into Nashville because tonight will be different, as a group of women move up from fun shooting at Royal Range to competition.
So the Nashville Women's Gun Club, it's a little bit social, it's a little bit training, it's a little bit relaxation. So they learn the basics all the way on up to some finer points. I think it's important for women to have their own club. It's a comfort level to begin with. That way there's no stigmatism of the old boys club.
But the old boys club is tonight welcoming new ladies into IDPA. And Joyce knows that's important.
Unfortunately, as we all know, the world is becoming somewhat of a crazy place. And women can become victims a lot easier sometimes than men. And women were never generally raised around as many firearms as a lot of guys were. And we just want to show people that this is a friendly sport for women just as it is for men.
But this particular night is going to be very, very special. I think it's 5 of our ladies from our Nashville Women's Gun Club are taking the journey from our gun club to starting out in IDPA.
The women, who range in age from their 20s to their 60s, all share the same passion and are excited about the opportunity to participate in an IDPA match.
A lot of women going out and getting their permits, but then not training. So I'm just really excited to see everyone is actually coming and training and learning more about their own weapon.
And the ladies have more support from Wilson Combat Shooting Team member Mandy Bachman. She's made the trip with Joyce to provide the women not only encouragement, but also professional advice.
One of the things I'm most excited about tonight is meeting new female shooters, because I know what it feels like. I've been there. I've showed up to a match not knowing what in the world I was doing or who I was shooting with. And so having the opportunity to talk to these ladies and give them some of the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way is really exciting.
For Royal Range employee Abby Mary, she gets to combine 2 passions, firearms and education.
Gun Club has really been my passion with this company recently, that I get to help somebody else learn and be safe.
But tonight she too will be learning, stepping up from the Women's Gun Club to join the guys in IDPA competition for the first time. So the stage is set for the group of newcomers. As a side note, this is my IDPA club, and this isn't the first group of new shooters they've worked with. I've seen several men and women get the same personal, patient attention during the Thursday night club matches. But coming next, the Nashville Women's Gun Club shooters take their first shots on the clock. In all of the practical shooting sports, there is an emphasis on safety. A lot can happen when the experienced shooters start pushing the pace, and the new shooters experiencing the thrill of competitive shooting for the first time. A knowledgeable and patient match staff is critical to turning these newcomers into regulars. First things first, it's the match briefing on safety and the rules for 5 members of the Nashville Women's Gun Club, stepping into their first IDPA match. Executive Director Joyce Wilson hopes this will be happening more often at other IDPA clubs.
We really like to see women come to matches like this tonight, and especially newcomers, because it's important for them to take that next step.
Wilson Combat Pro shooter Mandy Bachman agrees.
Every match I go to, I see a new face, and you know, it's great. It's great for IDPA. It's great for the shooting sports and the shooting industry.
All right, everybody, we are going to go hot, eyes and ears.
First up for the first time ladies, DEBORAH Goff, shooting her SIG 320X5 with a red dot. Carry Optics is the hot new division, and for DEBORAH, it's a new experience running the gun with the stress of the timer.
It went great. I couldn't find my red dot, so that kind of set me back a little bit, but I shot pretty accurate, so I'm happy with that.
It's the effect of competition that gets the adrenaline flowing to test how ready you really are for an incident on the street.
Our scenarios are generally based around things that could happen in an everyday environment. You can shoot around vehicles, you can shoot around your house. You know, we encourage the use of cover. We encourage the use of concealed carry clothing to, you know, so that you have to mimic what would happen if you were out at the grocery store, you actually had to sweep a garment to get to your firearm. The competition actually helps give them that little burst of adrenaline that they might actually get if they were involved in a situation.
Now it's Lori Gregory shaking off her first-time nerves and taking on the stress of the timer.
How did that feel?
It felt invigorating, but I was scared to death because I've never did it. So, not scary, exciting.
First-time excitement and first-time training for defense. That has the support of Lori's 8-year-old daughter.
She feels a lot safer. When we go places, she'll ask me, Mama, do you have your gun? And yes, it does make her feel safer. You know, she's old enough, she watches the news, she sees things, she knows what's going on.
Now Abby Mary, the Royal Range Women's Coordinator. Abby steps over the cover line and into a procedural call. But now, no more first-time jitters for the next match.
It was a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to watch my foot placement next time. I think I had a procedural and I hit the line, but it was a lot of fun.
Did you shoot the barrel?
I did shoot the barrel. Unfortunately, I shot the poor barrel, but I took a second shot and I think I only had 1 point in the second shot.
Brandy Kuntz is next, and she's learning right away that part of the IDPA challenge is keeping track of the tactical order and keeping her gun running.
I had one malfunction, which was a pretty easy fix, and I think I messed up the order a little bit, but that'll come. Yeah, everybody's super helpful. If they see something specifically that they think you need to work on, they'll point it out, and it's always helpful.
Especially with coming back and helping you find what you've missed, what to fix, and making it better from there.
Oh my gosh, this has been an absolutely incredible evening. Meeting so many wonderful people, seeing these great women come out for their first experience in shooting IDPA.
It's good training disguised as competition, building the skills that could save a life.
Had a lot of fun. I think, you know, it just takes more practice, and hopefully, you know, I'll be a lot better, a lot faster in a few months. So, but I'll definitely do that, definitely.
You've made it this far in the video, and for that, we thank you. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel, and we'll keep the uploads coming.